Hey guys, Dragon Ball Hakusho here, and I am going to try to keep this video on the shorter side since all the videos I tend to do where I actually talk in these things end up being like 10 minutes. So I'm going to try to keep this on the shorter side since I have also already written about the topic at hand. If you want to read it, I am going to put a link in the description to my blog where you can read my thoughts on this topic, but I wanted to make a video about it as well, just briefly discussing my thoughts about the topic. So, to get into the topic, I recently watched the movie Wolf Children by Mamoru Hosoda. I hope I pronounced his name right. I have no idea how to pronounce his name, but Mamoru Hosoda is the director of the movies Wolf Children, Summer Wars, and The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. So if you are not familiar with any of the following three works, you need to go out and watch them right now. I am not fucking kidding. They are three of the best movies that you will ever watch in an animated format. So basically, recently watching Wolf Children, the other day I was on YouTube and I saw a trailer from Funimation. Since I'm subscribed to Funimation on YouTube, I saw a trailer from Funimation for Wolf Children, the English dub of it, their release of it. And in viewing this trailer, there was also, you know, those little promo thing boxes, the bullshit things up in the corner that really fucking piss you off because they're pop-up ads. Well, I saw one of those for Wolf Children as well that was sitting up in the corner, and along with the trailer, there was a caption in the trailer that really caught my eye that said, calling Mamoru Hosoda, Mamoru Hosoda, the next Hayao Miyazaki. If you don't know who Hayao Miyazaki is, you really need to just go fucking jump off a cliff or something, because you've clearly been living under a rock. Hayao Miyazaki is known to be the greatest animated director of all time, and I'm not bullshitting in saying that. I mean, he has put out at least 7, 8, 9, if not more, just classic anime movies that are considered to be up there as the greatest of all time. And he's also directed the second, I believe it is, the second highest grossing movie ever in Japan with Spirited Away, as well as the number one highest grossing actual Japanese movie. I think it only falls behind Titanic in the Japanese charts. But basically, Hayao Miyazaki is considered a legend, and he is also considered a revolutionary over here in the United States, as really making anime prevalent and giving it some legitimacy with some non-mainstream fans. I believe a lot of his works have been credited by the late great Roger Ebert, and he praised Miyazaki's ability to just tell these wonderful stories that had some very serious undertones. So recently, Hosoda has been garnering very much attention with his recent release of Wolf Children, because that is now 3 mega hits that he's put out. I believe between Summer Wars, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, and the Wolf Children, they've grossed roughly around $75 million in US dollars, which doesn't seem that important, but for Japanese movies, especially animated films, that is a huge amount. So not only has he grossed a massive amount in his 3 films, but he also has garnered that comparison to Miyazaki, and I believe that it really dawned the question upon me. It made me think, is Mamoru Hosoda really the next Hayao Miyazaki? And personally, as I say in the article, I think he is. I think he's earned that title. I don't think it was just something, it wasn't a flash in the pan where he was just anointed the title. I think he went out and he made 3 spectacular movies that not only mirrored Miyazaki's films stylistically, but in his technical precision as well in directing these films, and also in the sociological undertones that he uses in the films about family, overuse of technology, maternal love, being different, being an outcast, being selfish, and how that impacts the people around you. Just those types of undertones that are present in his movies. I haven't seen anyone use those type of undertones other than Miyazaki. I know there are several others, directors in Japan who have quite the resume for animated features and have put out some classics, but in actually comparing two directors, I don't think anyone has been so similar to what Miyazaki does than Mamoru Hosoda. So I think the comparison is fair. I know a lot of people are going to get butthurt that anyone dares put another director's name in the same sentence as Miyazaki, but I would argue, and I've said this in the article as well, that Hosoda's works, the three of them, if you stack them up against any three Ghibli movies that Miyazaki has produced, I think, being fair, that without any bias or nostalgia based on Miyazaki's works, I think they rival any three of Miyazaki's works. I think if you put The Girl Who Leapt for the Time, Summer Wars, and Wolf Children up against Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, and Princess Mononoke, it's a pretty much dead heat race there between the two for which are better. So for me, I think the comparison's fair. If you want to read my article and get the full thoughts on it, I promised I'd try and keep this shorter. I'm running about 6.5 minutes now, so I'm going to try and cut this short. If you want to read my article, I'll post a link in the description. Also in the description, I'm going to post a link to my Twitter account and my Facebook account that I recently have created for those of you who have subscribed to me who want to follow me on Twitter or Facebook. I should have done this shit a long time ago. I just didn't. I also recently updated my Google Plus account, whatever. I never really cared about doing any of that shit, but I figured now it would give me a way to communicate better with a lot of you, since I know in a lot of my earlier videos I would actually post comments and just ask people for opinions, but I think making a Twitter account probably would have been the better way to go about that. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, DB, I believe it's capital D, capital B, capital H, DB Hakusho. That is my Twitter handle. Go follow me. If you want to friend me on Facebook, I'll post a link in the description. Friend me on Facebook. This is all I really have for the comparison. I think it is well warranted for Mamoru Hosoda. I think he's done an excellent job, and I'm looking forward to his pictures in the future. So that's all I have for today. See you guys later. Don't forget, follow me on Twitter, friend me on Facebook.